everyone. All right, it looks like we have a great number of attendees already joined in. I know that many of you are currently muted. Can you quickly let me know if you're able to hear me clearly?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. All right.
Hello.
All right, wonderful.
Not good.
All right.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Perfect. Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, which will make all of our faces very tiny, but that's part of what this virtual program is going to be like. So yeah, if you are not going to be speaking, just so that we don't have any issue with the audio, if you will mute. If your team is presenting, we'll go ahead and unmute. So we'll make sure to have all that sorted out and we'll get started.
All right. So hi, everybody. My name is Deanna Starks, and I'm a part of the team from UTC, and my team members will introduce themselves as well.
Oh, Deanna, actually, before your team gets started, do you mind if we can get started with everyone introduction?
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're excited that you're eager to share. We're excited. All right, so if you'll give me 1 second, I'm going to pull up our presentation for the event.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Owen. All right, are y'all able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. So welcome everyone to the Bright Spark Virtual Showcase. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Mary Kim. I will be your virtual MC for today's program. So the virtual showcase that you are participating in or listening in is a pre-program of the Bright Spark Student Design Awards, starting about in an hour. We're going to hear from a group of teams that are competing in this year's design competition. For this portion, for the next 50 minutes or so, we're going to have each team do a really quick pitch to share their solution as a way to hear from as many teams as we can. So get excited. And before we actually jump into team presentation, I do know that we had to make a lot of recent changes to the event itself to accommodate a lot of the school closings and things like that. So thank you all, teachers, students, parents, administrators, and our judges and reviewers. Thank you so much for your flexibility and support during this really uncertain time. We appreciate your all the support that you've given us. So the way the next 50 minutes is going to run, we have 3 challenge topics that the students competed in. So we have the Reimagine Game Day experience that was presented by our challenge sponsor, Chattanooga Football Club, as well as eco-friendly food packaging by our challenge sponsor, Southern Champion Trade, and Eliminate Food Insecurity by United Way of Greater Chattanooga. So that's going to be in the order. Because of so many teams being out of school and things like that, we don't actually know all the teams that are present based on just what we see on the screen of attendees. We know that UTC is here, as well as it looks like we have Howard Connect Academy. We have Westwood, and I think Mountain Park is also on. Is there anyone else that I'm missing? Okay.
Hey, Mary, this is Pam at Mountain Park. I'm just watching. My team's not able to be here.
Okay, all right. Thank you for letting me know. I'll make a note of that. Then I think, we had UTC team ready to go. So does the UTC team, do you have a presentation that you'd like to share?
We were hoping, if it's okay with you guys, that we can just talk with you guys, make it more personal.
Yeah, that'd be perfectly fine. We'll then go ahead and, oh, and actually, let me see if this will load up. Give me 1 second. This might help. There is a QR code I'm hoping I can share with you later on, or you can download the agenda for whatever reason it's not showing up on our screen. But we'll make sure that everyone gets that in an email. And UTC team, whenever you're ready, we'll start with introduction and get started with you.
All right. So let's redo this introduction. So we're the family, as we like to call ourselves, from UTC, and we'll be talking about the game day experience. So I'm Deanna Starks.
And I'm Delali Gadzepo. And our friend Lola is having trouble connecting to the link currently. So I believe she'll be joining when she can.
All right. So reimagining the game day.
Oh, sorry. Lola is here, by the way. I was muted, but I can hear.
She's here. Wonderful. So we are starting with phase 2 of our project, which is becoming a family. Basically, we're trying to look at this as more of a strategy and not a one-off thing, because we want the Chattanooga Football Club to continue to have this game day experience that's fulfilling for all ages, especially for our demographic, which is college students. And so the plan is separated into 3 parts. So we have pregame, game time, and postgame. And so what we found out was that in those 3 areas, there are specific touch points that we chose to design from. So first is being a community. So in Chattanooga, we're all a community. We all have our certain roles within our own community. And so we thought, why not a subscription box for the Chattanooga Football Club? So basically, there's different tiers. So the smaller box is for a new person who's coming to look at the game, see what's actually going on in the football club, maybe not know what football is at all. And then we have the bigger box, which is for the entire season, and we call that the Chattahooligan box. So that immerses you in the experience wholeheartedly. Like, that's full immersion, gear, tickets, whatever you could imagine. And so with those subscription box, we want it to be a surprise. We wanted appropriate curation, thoughtful presentation, but more importantly, we wanted savings, because as college students, we love to save a good buck or two. So we wanted to make sure that it's affordable for college students to not only be immersed in that game day experience, but make it to where they also feel special with each box that they get.
And so that leads us to, in terms of the full immersion of the game day experience, connecting to the game day. So our demographic is fully immersed in technology. We wanted to find ways to connect what they're already a part of to what can reach the masses. How can we use these tools in everyday life? And so we found a way to gamify the game day experience through technology. We need people to come to basically every game, know everything about the players, and then support them unconditionally. And so we have, through social media, different apps where you can do trivia to learn more about the players. Just an example of one of the many games that we have to learn more about the players and become more of a family with them. And so that leads us into, so that touches on the pre-game and post-game experience. So what can we do to make the actual game day experience unique? How can we make each game day unique? Because they play different teams, so what about the experiences themselves? So we have opening day, which is a go big or go home, right? But then we have different themes that can go into each different game that can make the game day experience even more unique. And so we have Friend Share Day, which is pretty much like a mix of ride share and bring your dog work day, or you can bring a human friend to the game and get maybe half price for both you and your friends. And so that encourages your friends to come out, and you can post on Instagram how much fun you had at the game. And then we have What the Heck is Football Day, which is a fun themed day to introduce people who maybe don't go to football games too often, more about what exactly it means to be at a football game and how much culture and uniqueness is involved in the game. And it can also be a great time for family too. And then we have the Where in the World Day, which is mostly just about the Chattanooga Football Club embracing the cultural diversity that comes with it. And so with the cultural diversity, we have like how each we can focus on maybe how one player is from Spain and have like a whole game day that's focused on like Spanish culture and food and different customs. And then the next game day, you can focus on a different culture.
Yeah, and building off of the We're in the World Day, we wanted to focus on the fundamental aspect of the traditional family, which is food. And so a great pregame cookout would be perfect to satisfy this need. And so we were hoping that we could incorporate different cultures that are presented through our very diverse football team. And through the foods, we could have maybe different samplings. Each cookout before each game focused on one of the players' cultures, and we have a samplings of the food that they're from. So not only are we enriching the people who are coming to the game about the different cultures presented throughout the world here in America and more specifically in Chattanooga, but we are also enriching our community at the same time. And we are in this, we're our era, the college students, we are in this time of constant pure entertainment. And so in order to keep everybody engaged, we were hoping to incorporate different interactive games or just different things such as game shows, of which are analog, so people can go against each other. We can have prescribed areas where we could have Instagrammable moments, which will also help the Chattanooga football team to establish their social media presence. And then we can also have a little game that kids can play called Chase the Light. It's a skills game similar to cats. Whenever you have the little lights and then they follow them. We were hoping to do that, but with kids so that they could reenact the a highlight from the previous game and immerse them in the experience so that they could also be like their football hero. And so these are just different ways of which we can satisfy this please me culture.
And so the game day experience isn't completely right without something that has crazy hair, googly eyes, and a distinctive personality. You're probably thinking, what in the world could that be? A mascot. And so we thought, why not thank the Chattanooga for their crest and take that symbol and turn that into a mascot of the Chattanooga Football Club, the Griffin. And so that'll be a thing that's symbolic for the Chattanooga Football Club, and it's great for all ages. You can have your Instagrammable moments. Kids can run up and hug it. And so just make sure that you always give it a big hug and take a selfie with it when you get a chance, post it on your Instagram. And so final phase is post-game. Never stop dreaming about that. The experience does not stop when the whistle blows. So there should always be a feeling that you have wanting to come back to another game and to keep that momentum going. So there's 0 reasons why you should not attend a football game here in Chattanooga. The mascot is ready, players are ready, the Chattanooga are striking up and giving a chance and having great energy. So every day should be a great day for a soccer game. The goal of our team was to inspire the Chattanooga Football Club with several things to help with the game day experience. So just remember that we're all family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your solution with us. I know we have a short amount of time and a lot of teams who are eager to get on. Thank you, UTC team. If you'll go ahead and mute yourselves, and we'll go ahead and jump on to the next team. I see Jenny sharing her virtual clap with you. All right. It looks like we have Scott's team from Howard Connect, and I saw Julia, also Westwood, getting ready. So let's go ahead and jump to Howard Connect next, and we'll go to Westwood next for a game day experience. Scott?
Good afternoon.
Here, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing so we can see your board.
Okay.
If you switch to speaker view, rest of the crew, you'll be able to see the team in the larger box. Great, get started. Thank you.
Okay.
Our team at Howard Connect is Timothy, Bria Fitch, Lisa Robinson, Christiana Clark.
Solutions?
Our solution is changing the game day experience for young attending CFC matches.
So we're hearing a little bit of feedback on your end.
It should go away now. It should go away now.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so 3 parts of your solution.
So the first part was making the bracelet and the hat with the clip on. So when each person comes, they'll get a different clip on. And if a person really like hats, then they'll get a clip on for the hat.
Show them how it works.
Yeah, so you can clip it on easily.
What was the second part of the solution?
The second part was having a talent show with like soccer balls at CSC. And you would come like every game, so you'd sign up using like the CSC website and you'd send in a video of you doing your talent. And then they would judge and see if you should come on the show.
What was unique about the talent?
It had to be with a soccer ball or it had to be soccer related.
Soccer theme.
Mm-hmm. And then it'd be every game at the at the Finley Stadium, and it'd be at halftime, and 3 contestants would be shown, and then at the end of the CFC
season,
you would get they would call out the winner, and then whoever won would get the prize.
And the third part? Is that for you, Bree? Third part.
The third part was the recycled jerseys, because each time of the year, when a player recycles their jersey, a person would get a card with the number on it. Then it would be a raffle thing, and whoever's number got pulled, they would get the jersey with the player's initial signed on it.
And who are you thinking about for this solution? Who is this solution supposed to be for?
Middle schoolers, high schoolers.
So students your age, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger. Okay. That is our CFC presentation.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Great. I think next, Howard team, if you would like to meet yourself for now, I know you have other topics that you all are tackling. I think next we are going to jump to Westwood. We have Julia's team.
Can you hear
ready to go? Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. Let's make sure we can see everybody. All right. Let's see. Still showing I'm muted. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, give us 1 second, because we can see you, Mary. We can't see us at all, and it's still showing that I'm muted for some reason.
I can see you. Are other members able to see the team?
Okay, I'll switch to the other view. There we go. Got everybody in. Okay.
Perfect.
For our kids. Okay, we'll go and start. All right, guys.
Hi, I'm McKinley. This is Mia, Madison, Sampson, and Dalen. Together we are the CFC Transportation Team. Our solution, today we are here to reimagine the CFC soccer games. Our solution solves transportation problems by providing a fan bus in a fun way.
Our solution is innovative because while there may be transportation buses, ours provides food, drinks, TV, and free Wi-Fi. We asked our fans why they weren't coming to our games, and most of them said because they didn't have any transportation.
We had numerous ideas such as t-shirts and lottery tickets, but this was our final idea, a fan bus. This is our latest model. It has free Wi-Fi, a place to put your bags, free food and drink. It also has surveillance cameras.
And this is our app. This app allows our fans to book a bus for certain times and certain places. You enter your password, save your progress, confirm your order, and then they will be there shortly. We also have scheduled bus stops if you can't afford a phone, and it's scheduled by bus stops, but they're different kinds of bus stops.
Who will pay, you ask? Sponsors will. These are some sponsors that we think would love to sponsor us. Thank you for listening.
Great work. All right. Well, thank you, Westwood team. Westwood also has multiple teams competing today in different topics. So thank you, team. If you'll go ahead and mute yourself. Is there anyone else that will be presenting in the game day experience category? Let me go ahead and go back to this. If not, I think we are ready for the next challenge topic, which is eco-friendly food packaging presented by Southern Champion Trey. So I know we have Howard and Westwood. Is there anyone else that will be presenting in this category? Okay, well, it looks like Howard team is ready. So if you would like to unmute yourself, I'll go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Again, okay. For the audience, here's the How Might We Challenge statement really quickly so you can familiarize yourself with the challenge statement.
Okay, can you hear us?
Yes.
Excellent.
We had the paper packaging to reduce food waste challenge, and we came up with the biodegradable bread box with perforations.
Okay.
When we make a box, we laser cutter.
You want to show it to him?
This is what it looks like, how we can blend it and
glue it together. Okay. We made two of them. One that's full loaf and half loaf. The full loaf is for people who usually eat bread fast. And then half loaf is for people who don't really eat bread too fast. Okay. Lewis, tell us about our experiment.
So we experimented a wax lining did into it. So we put bread inside one box without wax, and then the other one was with wax paper. And then after 9 days, we checked the bread, and when we found out that the one that didn't have the wax was dry and dry and crusty, but the other one was still fresher than the other one.
Ready?
with the bread box, we were thinking of like something to do after you finish all the bread inside it. With like the 2 end pieces, you can either use it as a lunchbox or you can use it as like a box to put like seeds in it to plant trees.
Show us how it works, sir.
So here we have a box of bread. And you have the cap, and when you take out some bread.
Take some out.
And tear this part off. And when you get to the bottom, you can use it to plant a tree or use it as a lunchbox. It doesn't really tear that well because we use the laser cutter, but when they make it to the champion tray, it'll be easier to tear off.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, team. Nice demonstration. Okay, let's go and see if Westwood is ready.
We are ready. Give us just a second, though.
Okay. Wonderful. We're ready when you are.
Okay. Hello there, my name is McKinley Addison Cooper.
My name's Jeannie Louise Gray.
My name is Leah Nunley Santos.
I'm Jaden Xavier Lowry.
And together we are
The Paper Pals.
Paper Pals is a food packaging company. Our solution to reduce food waste is quite simple. Our solution to reduce food waste is quite simple. We are trying to create a simple solution to eco-friendly food packaging.
We each had a simple part to figure out how to make it recyclable.
We made many prototypes, but this is our final product.
Our food packaging also has holders, so our user doesn't drop it and make a big mess and have to clean it up. So now our user has an easy way to carry it. Our package also has dividers because we know how hard it can be to keep all your food separate without it mixing in and just tasting gross.
Our product will be used in the produce section because we know how hard it is to get a bunch of plastic bags. So now you can use our product and only get one.
The best thing about our prototype is that you can recycle it to save the earth.
And last but definitely not least, there's an expiration date, which is usually on a paper food packaging. But what is usually not on there is when you bought it, because we know how hard it is to buy something and forget when you bought it and just throw it out because you think it's gone bad. And thank you for listening to our presentation. And remember, we are the Paper Pals.
I will remember the Paper Pals. Thank you. All right, great work. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. If you'll go ahead and mute yourself, it looks like you have already. All right, is there any other team that would like to present in the eco-friendly food packaging category that we have not seen?
We actually have one more from Westwood, but we can go after another team. Maybe.
Okay, is there anyone else? All right, well, Julia, I think we're ready for your second team.
Okay, well, let's let these guys come in.
All right.
We got it, yes, we can see it. Yeah. You see everybody? Okay. All right, guys, whenever you are ready.
Do you hate Grace what we do too? Our solution can save you, your food, also the environment because they are now recyclable. I'm Anna E.
I'm Andy.
I'm Amindra.
I'm Risa.
I'm Ella. I'm Eva.
And I'm Kim.
Together we are Perfect Packaging! We are working to solve an innovative paper food packaging that reduces food.
Our solution is to get a clear pizza box, the sponge inside of a box. The sponge can absorb the grease of the pizza sauce. Also, coloring pulls outside of the box.
No, I think no. Yeah, they got it.
No, I don't hear it at all.
Also, for additional features, we made coloring tools outside the box so kids can color. Our solution is in
Did both of these sides of this panel have power to it?
A plain cardboard but with
Okay, so there's no paint.
This prototype has white cardboard with drawing and crayons attached on the top. There will be a sponge on the bottom of your pizza to soak up all the grease and a clear top to see the pizza and the date label on the top. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, guys. All right, great presentation. Thank you. And I apologize that we had an extra noise going on when you guys were presenting, but excellent prototype. Thank you for sharing. All right. Okay, so last call. Are there any other teams for eco-friendly food packaging? All right, then we'll move on to next. We have eliminate food insecurity topic. So we have Howard Connect and I'm Westwood. Are there any other teams on that would like to present? Just so that I can get a quick list. Okay, then we'll go ahead and have Howard unmute and present their work.
Okay, we are unmuted. This is Kiana.
Hi, we are a team from Howard Connect, and my name is Kiana House.
My name is Renaya. And my name is Kotoria.
Our design challenge is to make a mobile service vehicle that will help reduce the food insecurity level in Northwest Georgia. We have three services to this vehicle. One is that we will be giving children and parents healthy meals that they can, healthy meals that we will give them. It has to be at least 18 or under for them to receive meals from that side of the vehicle.
This side is we are doing drop-down computers so parents can complete the SNAP application, and some people on this side it'll be drop-down computers, and it could help the parents, and then the parents and the children can meet back up with each other.
That's part complete.
And the last part on the back is like the food pantry, like when they could walk through, when they get in, get their lunch on the side, they could at least come in and get like some hefty fruits or anything or vegetables to come and eat so they could grow up and then feed back out.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.
Thank you for sharing your prototype. Yeah. That's a great looking prototype. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we have, I see Patrick also. Yeah. Thumbs up. Great. Thank you, Patrick. Oh, and by the way, sorry, I meant to share this with you earlier, just so that if you're not familiar with what the challenge statement is here is the How Might We Challenge statement presented by United Way of Greater Chattanooga. Here's the How Might We. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing so we can move on to our next team. All right, Westwood, are you ready?
We are ready.
Great.
Okay, you come here. Hold on, girls. All right, whenever y'all ready.
I'm Zoe. I'm Kay. And I'm Miranda. And together we are Food Fest. We are working to solve food insecurity. Our solution solves this problem by having a food truck that serves fresh foods like fruit, meats, and veggies. And we will serve it at any time of the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We will include a chalkboard on the side of our truck. And we will have fun trivia games. And whoever gets the most questions right will get a fun prize and a free meal. We will do that by giving them coins. We got our information from the advice for design packet, and we looked on. Okay, we went to the city of refuge to see what they do here. Here are some pictures. Our prototype shows our solution by having a food truck that is very kid friendly because it's like a festival. And most food trucks or clubs just serve food, but ours will be way more fun, like we said earlier. This is the 3Fs, which stands for Food, Fest, Flyers. It says the dates and the times of when our food truck will be coming to your neighborhood. Here are some fun Food Fest facts for you. Fruit stickers are edible. Did you know that the most stolen food is cheese? Did you know strawberries aren't even berries? Do you know that your food can contain traces of bugs? Ew. Thank you for watching. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, team, for your presentation. And I'm totally blown away that strawberries are not berries. I've learned something new today. Thank you for that. And I can't wait to join Food Fest. All right. Thank you, team. Do we have another team from Westwood or?
No.
Okay. All right. Is there any other team that's on the line that is that had registered to participate in Eliminate Food Insecurity topic? Okay. All right. Well, then actually, everyone, we get a break. If you see at the bottom or at the top, depending on where you are, there is a chat feature on Zoom. This is a little, actually, a tip for you because all the parents or guests are joining through live stream, so they don't get this feature, but you. So if you click the chat, the agenda I wanted to share with you is provided through this link, so you can take a look at that. We typically share this, of course, in print format, but this year we are handing this out as PDF, so you can easily have access to it and see your names and see what we have planned for the day. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick break. We actually ended 10 minutes early, which is great. You get a short break. So starting at 1 o'clock, and especially, for parents or other audience that's joining us through live stream, we will reconvene at 1 o'clock for the official Student Design Awards program. And we'll hear from a great keynote speaker. We'll share what all the awards are. And of course, the biggest part, we're going to announce our winners. So get excited. For live streamers, you're welcome to keep your screen on. We're just going to have a placeholder on the screen, so you do not have to turn us off. Same thing for the Zoomers, I guess. If you would like to go ahead and mute. Oh, yay, Patrick says he can't wait. If you'd like to mute and stop your video until 1 o'clock, we will reconvene then and see you soon. Thank you, everyone. Yes, okay, I see nods. Wonderful. It looks like we have quite a few of our teams that are on and our judges. Wonderful. All right. We are going to go ahead and get started. And we are also live streaming this. You probably heard this, and hopefully there are a lot of excited parents and teachers and other guests that are joining us today. I am going to go ahead and get started by sharing the presentation. All right. Well, welcome everyone to Bright Spark Student Design Awards, the virtual program today. Thank you all for being here. My name is Mary Kim. If you are a student who participated or educator, hopefully I'm a familiar face. Thank you all for being here. I am a senior consultant at Bridge Innovate, and Bridge Innovate is actually powering the program that you're participating in, Bright Spark. And just as a, to share a little bit about what we actually do when we're not running Bright Spark Design Competition is that we work with many corporations and organizations and help them solve really tough challenges. And we often use the same methodology that you have been using, design thinking. So we've been around for more than 17 years, and we are currently located in the greater Chattanooga area. And we are so excited that you're joining us today. So a little bit about Bright Spark, especially for those are joining us through live stream, if you're not familiar with the program. As I mentioned, Bright Spark is a Bridge Innovate social innovation program. We run various programs throughout the year to help ignite creative confidence with students and educators using design thinking, which is a big part of what we do, a process that helps innovate. And what you're going to see today is a lot of great design thinkers, fourth grade all the way up to college level, using design thinking to help solve tough challenges, and we'll introduce that in a minute. And through this process, we've seen students that have gained problem solving, empathy, prototyping, experimentation, and presentation skills. And we are so excited that you're part of today's program. So to those of you, I know our teachers and students have been immersed in this for the past several months. This year, we had 3 amazing challenge sponsors that presented really interesting and distinct topic for our students to tackle. So I'm going to introduce those to you. You also see them on the screen. We have How Might We Reimagine the Student Game Day Experience, presented in partnership with Chattanooga Football Club. The next we have is How Might We Develop an Innovative Paper Food Packaging that Reduces Food Waste, presented in partnership with Southern Champion Trade. And we also have United Way, who was also a challenge sponsor last year. How might we eliminate food insecurity for the children of Northwest Georgia? So those are the 3 challenges that we presented to the teams, and they had the opportunity to select whichever one they wanted to tackle. Before we dive into all the excitement, we cannot, skip this part of thanking everyone involved. Of course, our sponsors and partners. We have our contributing sponsor, Shaw Industries, and we have our challenge sponsors that I just shared, Aladdin, Experience Point, our in-kind sponsors, as well as, of course, Bridge funding most of this program. And then, of course, we were going to be working very closely with Georgia Tech at Ferst Center for the Arts. The Venture Lab had been a partner, so we wanted to recognize them for being a supporter this year. And of course, special thanks to our teacher leaders. We have many more. These are just the educators that had teams in the finalist section that had participated in the prototype review in February, and of course, the final submission. We want to recognize all the amazing work that they have put into this. You see their names and the schools that they're part of. Thank you Thank you, thank you. And of course, the students that competed and spent all your creative energy into this project, thank you so much for participating. Also, our prototype reviewers and judges, a big part of what we do is providing opportunity for students to pitch their ideas to reviewers and judges. And we had great reviewers this year from various industries, nonprofit leaders, community volunteers who jumped in and helped and provided insights to our students so they can improve the solution that they had for the final submission. And of course, our judges who have spent many hours of their time reviewing your work and providing their insights to help determine the winners today. So here's the exciting part. We are giving away all of these awards, which is the largest number of awards we've given away in existence of BrightSpark. So here are the award categories. So we have 4 best overall by age level. So that's going to be elementary, middle, high, and college level. And we have best overall by challenge topic. I had introduced the 3 challenge topics earlier. So we will be identifying the top team in each of that topic. Most creative out of all grade levels. Best prototype. People's choice, which was determined by YouTube votes. Innovation for good. And we're going to recognize 2 exceptional teacher leaders today. So here's kind of the meat of everything that's going to be happening. We wish we could give kind of the time for all the teams that made it to the final submission to present their work, but we just don't have the time. So we are going to ask our best overall by challenge topic finalists to spend about 5 minutes each to share their solution with you today. So what we're going to do is we are going to go through 3 of the challenge topics, and every time we switch to a new topic, you'll see a list of 3 teams that have made it to the final round for this particular award category. So we'll start off with Student Game Day Experience presented by Chattanooga Football Club. Next, we're going to see the teams that have made to the final rounds for eco-friendly food packaging presented by Southern Champion Trade. And next, last but not least, we're going to have Eliminate Food Insecurity presented by United Way of Greater Chattanooga. So I do want to let you all know in advance, especially those that are live streaming this video, we do have, because of just unexpected school closings and things like that, there are teams who will not be presenting in person. And if that's the case, we will show a pitch video that had submitted as part of their final submission and at the end of February. This will not affect the final scoring. The judges have already deliberated. So just letting you know, the students, the teams who are not able to be here will not be affected by not being able to join today. All right. Well, let's get started. So we're going to start with Student Game Day Experience. You see City Park, with #1 game day. Next, we'll see if Johns Creek High is able to join us. They're from Fulton. We might be seeing a pitch video there because Fulton County, I believe, is closed today. And we know that University of Tennessee Chattanooga team is online. So we'll go in this particular order. So what I'll do now, I'm going to unshare my screen so you can see the presenters more clearly. And we'll start with City Park Elementary. City Park team, are you ready?
No, we were going to just play the video. We were not doing ours live.
Oh, no problem. Okay. Nope. All right. So then if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and ask our BrightSpark team to see if they can go ahead and pull up City Park #1 game day video. It might take a second, so please bear with us. And those of you who are not familiar with, what the students had to submit, part of the video, the video that we were mentioning as pitch video, is part of a deliverable that they submitted. So they were asked to put together a presentation as well as a 2-minute pitch video. So it looks like our video is ready.
Guys, I went to the CFC games last night. It was really weird because there was hardly anyone there. I
am not hearing
I don't know
sound.
how to get there. It seems boring. Well, that explains it.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Guys, I went to the CFC games last night. It was really weird because there was hardly anyone there. I even know that existed.
Okay, no sound
It
yet.
seems boring. Well, that explains it. Anyways, our names are Andrea Nadira, Isabella Flores, Abby Perez, and Isabel Perez.
We have no sound.
Our project.
So Mary, while they're working on that, this is definitely an interesting time. We're all learning virtual technology, how we're interfacing Zoom with YouTube. And so that's part of our learning today at Bridge Innovate. It's been exciting, all the work that all the students have brought in for these particular challenges. And we're excited that we have all of you participating virtually today. But with our shift from an in-person event to the virtual event, it's even taught us a number of things that we need to learn on fusing all these different remote technologies. And so you're part of that live learning. So we'll have those videos up momentarily.
A little bit about the design brief that students are tackling.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mary. Peter Walcott-Kidd, Director of Game Day Operations for Chattanooga Football Club. This has been an incredible experience for us to be involved in this year's competition. And we sort of posed the question to sort of reimagine our game day experience, especially around sort of engaging more youth in the program. One of the challenges that we face is with one of the programs that we run in our community, which is called Operation Get Active. It's an after school program run at 20 elementary schools across Chattanooga, is that all the kids in the program get free tickets to come to games. However, we only see a very small percentage, just around sort of 5% to 10% of those kids that actually come to games and take advantage of that opportunity. So it was really cool to see the various different schools and the different sort of age groups as well tackle this challenge and come up with these ideas. And we've really enjoyed it and super excited to sort of get onto obviously a little bit later on and announcing award winners. But yeah, it's been a great experience and we've really enjoyed it and we've learned a lot. Some good ideas that we'd really love now to sort of take on to a next step and try and do some testing hopefully later this year. So.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, the 3 teams that are finalists for this particular category, City Park, is an elementary school team from Dalton Public Schools. We have actually a great broad range of finalists for this particular category. We have Johns Creek High School from Fulton that is also a finalist. They had the idea of Hook the Fans. We'll see a video from them shortly. And then we have UTC, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga team through their honors college that's participating. So we're in for a treat with all these teams. Okay, it sounds like we are ready to go ahead and try again to show our video. Hey, that was the City Park Teams video, hashtag #1 game day. So next we have Johns Creek High School Hook the Fans video loading up.
I'm Deanna Starks.
Hi, and I'm Delali Godzepo.
And so for our presentation, we're in phase 2 of our project, which is becoming a family. And so our project, again, is reimagining the game day experience for Chattanooga Football Club. And so basically, when looking at this project, we went towards an act of making a strategy versus a one-off type of thing. So basically giving it longevity so that Chattanooga Football Club can use this for years and years and years to come. So the plan is 3 parts. We have pregame, game time, and postgame. And in those 3 areas, we discovered that there were touch points that we wanted to create from, that we wanted to highlight from. So first is being a community. In Chattanooga, we're an entire community, college students, adults with families, young adults. We're all a community in the Chattanooga area. And so we wanted to think of ways in which our community could come together at Chattanooga football games. So a way that we thought would be what's in the box, a subscription box. And so there are different tiers. The smaller box is for a new person coming to the game, first time, probably doesn't even know what soccer is, let alone Chattanooga Football Club, and maybe just wants to kind of get some sort of game day immersion experience. Then we have the bigger box, the very last box, which we call the Chattahooligan box, and that's full game day immersion. That's all the merch you could think of. And so basically what we thought with these boxes were we want to surprise the person getting them. We always want it to be different. We want it to be curated properly. We wanted to have thoughtful presentation, and most importantly, for our demographic savings. College students can't afford much, so we would like to have a way in which we could provide them with the same opportunities. And most of all, we wanted each box to make the person who's receiving it feel special during that game day experience.
So in continuing with making the fans feel special, we wanted to our specific demographic. So our demographic is college students, and they are super in tune with technology. And so we saw the future of game day connecting to technology in several different ways. And our solution was to gamify the actual game day experience. And so we need to get people to come basically to every game, know everything about all the players, and support them unconditionally. And so we do that by, one example is having game day bingo, where we learn a little bit more about each of the players, and fan trivia, where you ask a question about where maybe a player's hometown is. So you get to know the player a bit more and feel more connected, hence, I guess, furthering the family theme that we're going for. So that translates to the pregame and the postgame experience. But how can we really emphasize the actual game day experience? Getting people to experience unique activities during the actual game, on the day of the game. And so we have the opening day, obviously, which is go big or go home, right? But then you have unique themed days. So one example is Friend Share Day, which is a fun mix of ride share and bring your dog to work day. Except for this, it's bring your friends to a football game. And so you bring them to a Chattanooga FC game and maybe get $5 off your ticket, both you and your friend's ticket, or maybe it's half off. So that it encourages your friends to come to your game. You take great pictures, you post them on Instagram, and then your friends see how much fun you have, and then they want to come to the next game. And then you have What the Heck is Football Day, which is kind of like the subscription box where it's a fun themed day to introduce people to the world of football. Fans of all ages are able to engage in the rules and the strategies of the beautiful game in a super fun and interactive way. And then you have another example of a cool, unique theme day where it's Where in the World Day. Chattanooga Football Club loves to emphasize the cultural diversity that the team has and wants to share that with the community. And so in furthering cultural competency, both in the fan base of the Chattahoogans, but also the Chattanooga community as a whole, we can further cultural competency through Where in the World Day, where you have one specific day that focuses maybe on a player who's from Spain. So you have all different kinds of activities that are Spanish themed, like cool foods from Spain and cool activities and cool traditions celebrating the true diversity that Chattanooga Football Club embodies.
Right, and in building off of that Where in the World Day, we really wanted to incorporate the We Are Family theme, and so we focused on the fundamentals of the traditional family, and we all thought of food, and a great way to incorporate that is a great pre-game cookout. And so in order to incorporate the different cultures, we were thinking that for each of the different cookouts, it could be focused on one of the players' respective cultures. Since our Chattanooga team is so diverse, we really want to capitalize on that. And so again, each week we will focus on one of their respective cultures through the food by having maybe different samplings from their culture. And since this is a constant entertain me era for we as college students, we were thinking that we could incorporate interactive games. That way we can keep them constantly informed and interacting with the game. We would never get bored. An example of that would be game show ideas, sort of like analog games where each team gets to play against one another, or each members from different teams of the crowd, I mean. And we would have dedicated areas where people can take Instagrammable moments. And then we could also incorporate a Chase the Light skills challenge, similar to when we play with our cats and we have the little laser lights. We would do that, but for our children, so that they can reenact a highlight from the previous game, and they can truly be immersed in the game and sort of be like their favorite football hero. So these are just different ways that we can please the please me generation.
But you can't please the entire community without having a symbolic unifying element. And that unifying element has crazy hair, googly eyes, and a distinctive personality. What do you think of when you think of that? A mascot. And so thanks to the Chattahooligans and their crest, we came up with the Chattanooga FC's Griffin. It'll be a great way for all ages to get involved. College students and adults can take pictures to post on Instagram. It'll be another cool and creative way for them to get involved via social media. But also, obviously, younger kids love mascots, so they'll be able to get a big hug and take a picture with the mascot as well. And so all of these things that we talked about encompass the 3 points of pregame, game time, and postgame. But postgame is the momentum. You never stop dreaming. The experience does not stop when the whistle blows. So we want to keep that momentum going, keep people wanting to come to FC games, because we want college students to come as well as kids and adults, because we want everybody in the Chattanooga community to be involved. So there's zero reasons not to attend an FC game. The mascot is ready, the players are ready, the Chattahooligans are hyping you up, hyping the community up, especially new people coming in with chants and songs. So every day is a great day for some football. So the goal of our team was to inspire the Chattanooga FC with several concepts to help with the game day experience. So just remember, we are family.
We are family.
Great work. All right. Well, let's jump back in. We had 3 teams that presented, or 2 videos that we watched, and I apologize for the live stream crew that you are not able to hear the video, but we're going to do our best to switch and make sure that you can hear them. And of course, for UTC team, for joining in person, I know the school's closed and you're all there individually, but being able to be here and present your work. So, all right. Let's see. Next, we are going to move on. Let me go ahead and share my screen back again. So for the eco-friendly food packaging, we have these 3 finalists. City Park Elementary strong showing this year, Open and Share team, as well as Centennial High from Fulton, Enhanced Environmental Solutions. And we have Woodland Elementary with e-container. If I am correct, I believe all the teams are going to be showing their work through the video. So I'm going to see if I can share the video so that everyone can hear the sound.
We actually want to try to do ours live.
Oh, which team is this?
Open and share.
Oh, Open and Share. Okay. All right, then let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Thank you for letting me know. Open and Share from City Park team. If you would like to show us your screen, you can go ahead and turn on your camera so we can see you. We can definitely hear you. Let's see if we can see you.
We're getting set up really quickly, so.
Okay, perfect. All right. We'll give the team a couple of minutes to set up. In the meantime, Neha, I know you're on the line, our challenge sponsor. Would you like to share anything about Southern Champion Train, about the challenge that you presented?
Yeah, sure. Well, hello everyone. My name is Neha Mardi, and I'm speaking on behalf of Southern Champion Trade today. The challenge we gave a Bright Spark was how might we create a paper food packaging that helps reduce food waste, and that considering how much food waste there is right now, there's almost $300 billion worth of food wasted every year, and that was a real challenge. But what was more interesting to see is how the students broke down that challenge and actually found the root causes behind it. I'm actually very excited to see Open and Share, because they again took that big challenge and actually tried to understand what is actually causing food waste and came up with a great solution. So I'll just let the team take over.
Great. All right. Thank you, Neha. And it sounds, or I can see that City Park team is ready to go. So let's go ahead and have you all unmute yourself so we can hear you, and we'll be ready to go.
And Cesar Ramirez. We came up with Open and Share, and we'll talk about that later. And our challenge statement is, how might we create an eco-friendly paper project and reduce food waste?
For our bibliography, Dylan went to Baskin Robbins and observed his brother eating ice cream in 5 minutes. I went to Red Robin's and got fries that came in a tray like this, and the grease soaked through, but not too much. I also asked the lunch ladies what are the pros and cons of paper products. They said when they're shorthanded, they use styrofoam, but when they're not, they use plastic trays. We got most of our information from the Keynote.
For our storyboard, we showed someone going to a restaurant and ordering food. And then they eat the food, but they don't finish it. And then they take it home and put it in our to-go box. And then they go home, and when they're hungry, they can rip a part off and eat that part. And when they're done with all of their food, they can throw it in the trash. And then at the landfill, 2 to 6 weeks later, our box will not be there anymore because paperboard expires in 2 to 6 weeks.
For our first prototype, we built this, but we realized we messed up because it's not perforated. So for our second prototype, we did this, but instead of it being perforated, we use Velcro. So finally, for that prototype, we finally made it perforated, and you could just tear it off like this, and then you could eat whatever it is that you want inside.
There are some products that are similar to ours, but they don't have our advantages that our product has. Like, for example, all these little spots so that your food doesn't mix, and also you can tear it apart so that you don't get soggy lettuce syndrome. And these can also heat up so that you don't have to eat everything together. Thank you for listening to our presentation. I hope you liked it.
Great. Thank you, Team City Park. open and share. So that was the first team for eco-friendly food packaging, and I agree with you, I do not want any soggy lettuce on my plate. So let's see if we can go to the next team. We have Centennial High Enhanced Environmental Solutions. I believe they do not have school today, so they are not on, but let me just quickly go ahead and check. Is Centennial Park team on? And are you planning on presenting? Okay, I will take that as a no. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and try to share their video that is also actually available on YouTube. So let's see if this will work better, especially for our live streamers.
Welcome to Nacho Shack, not your average restaurant. How may I help you?
Can I get the nacho burger, please?
No, that's for employees only.
Well, it's on the menu.
Dude, it's not your burger.
Yeah, I'll take the number 2 nachos then. It's a great choice.
Thank you. Good day, bro.
Thanks, man. Alright, you done?
No, I'm straight.
I'm good. I wish we had a to-go box, man. I feel bad throwing us away.
Welcome to Nacho Shack, not your average restaurant. Hey, weren't you here a few days ago?
Yeah, man, I wouldn't be here, but I didn't have any leftovers.
That's fun.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get the usual, you know what I mean?
Number 2?
Yes, sir.
Alright, say less. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bro, we got this new tray too.
Seriously?
Yeah, you should be able to have leftovers after that.
Thank you.
You have a good one, man.
Hey, you guys take my chip every time?
Nope.
But,
what's up? You got a new tray?
Yeah, I like it. Alright, I'm done when you are.
Yeah, I'm done.
Sweet. Well, this time we've got the foldable food tray, so we don't have to throw it after it's on.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the Centennial High Environmental Solutions team. And I think we all can agree, excellent background sound on the video, right? So next we have Woodland Elementary. They actually also have a team named Eco Girls, and they have a solution called A Container, and I'm going to share their video as well. 1 second, it will just take a second.
I'm Reneva. I'm Sasha. We are the Eco Girls, and we are from Woodland Elementary. The challenge topic we focused on is how might we create an innovative paper food packaging that reduces food waste? Our users are clients and customers like a food truck company. Their products must be eco-friendly, biodegradable, recyclable, and stackable. Their pain points are that people are using too many plastic resources, which has a big impact on pollution. So we invented the e-container that has floatable sides, stacks easily, saves space, and includes many different features as for each design. Like there are many different foods that you can put in them. Say you've only eaten half of your food, but you want to save for later. Without the e-container, you'd have to throw your food away. But with the e-container, you can easily store your food in it, and it saves space at the same time because you can fold the edges down. This invention will benefit a food truck service because they don't have a lot of space to store many containers at once. And if our containers would be stackable, food truck can store way more containers than before. We use different shapes and different types of food can fit in each container according to its shape and its characteristics. There were many things that inspired us, but some things that inspired us were more important than the others. Food trays at school inspired us because they were stackable. Indian street food also inspired us because they used cones and made it stackable. So we also came up with the e-container carrier with different slots for different container shapes. This will help families with young children have trouble carrying their own containers. We got feedback from our school's cafeteria manager and some students by asking them different questions about our invention. We tested our prototype by putting it in the car cup holder, but to make sure it fits. We hope you liked our invention. Thank you for watching and being eco-friendly.
All right, wonderful. Let me go ahead and switch over to our presentation. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. That was our team from Woodland Elementary with Eco Girls. They shared their solution called e-container. So next, we are jumping onto our next topic, food insecurity in Northwest Georgia. So here,
Mary Kim, we would want to present as well from Brookwood.
okay, Brookwood, wonderful. So I'll make sure to note that. So we have 3 teams here. We just heard from Brookwood, Plants on Wheels, also POW. That's going to be presenting in just a minute. We have Mountain Park Elementary. They have a community garden idea called the RCG. And last but not least, we have Roan Elementary 5, which is a food vending machine. So these are the top 3 finalists that we have for this particular category. And I know that Patrick is on the line. Patrick, would you like to share any information with us before we get started?
First off, thank you guys for jumping into this challenge. This is a huge issue for that United Way is trying to tackle for the community in North Georgia. And so we were super excited to see just so many great solutions come out of this, great ideas, and some enthusiasm behind it all as well. United Way serves 6 counties across our region, including 3 North Georgia counties. And so for us, this was a really important challenge as we consider food insecurity that relates to the stability of households and families that are in North Georgia. So again, we thank you for this. In response to even some of the things happening right now in our communities, we know that this particular topic is even of greater importance. Think about all those schools who are now going, who are not going to be in school, and students who honestly utilize the school setting as a place to actually get food on a daily basis. We just know that there's going to be even more related to this in the next couple of weeks. So the solutions you guys are presenting speak right into this amazing challenge that's before us. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Patrick. All right, then we'll jump in. Brookwood, when you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and unshare my screen so we can see you.
Click start video. Make sure we aren't being seen. Can y'all see us?
Not yet. We do not see you yet.
Okay. All I can see is stop video.
Maybe try stopping and then restarting the video.
Okay.
Okay. We still do not see you.
Let me try. Let me see what I got here. Camera front.
Oh, there it is.
Well, that's our back view. I'm trying to get her front right here. I thought if maybe I switched it.
Computer.
I may have to see. My camera front is not working right now. Okay, let me see if I can rotate the computer
twist
around.
Okay.
Not rotating.
Huh.
Looks like it took a picture. Oh, good grief. We were sitting here rushing trying to get this going too.
Hold on. Okay, why don't we do this? While you set this up, let's go ahead and watch the video for Mountain Park. And while we do that, maybe Brookwood, if you could go ahead and get ready for your presentation, and we'll get back to you. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. All right, viewers, we're gonna go back to the video. Let me go ahead and make sure I have Mountain Park pulled up, ready to go for you. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen for us to view their video. So this one is going to be the Roswell Community Garden concept by Mountain Park.
She's our school social worker who helps food insecure families in our community. In our point of view statement, we clearly identified the user's wants, needs, and pain points. So it would be game-changing if we could create a way for Ms. Downey to provide food insecure families easier access to healthier foods.
So we created the Roswell Community Gardens. The Roswell Community Garden is different from other existing community gardens because it will require sweat equity. Food insecure families will work alongside community volunteers in the garden.
Another unique asset to our solution is that we capitalize on existing resources. We will use the Crabapple Middle School site because it is being relocated, and we will expand on existing gardens. Our school's construction club, funded by SEPRA, will build a garden. Also, there's a pond right by Crabapple, so we should be able to implement our irrigation system.
For testing with Miss Downey, we made changes to expand the garden and add transportation. We were inspired by the United Way challenge of supporting food insecure families, our user Miss Downey, and Habitat for Humanity for giving us the idea of sweat equity. And lastly, the existing in-kind resources.
By capitalizing on existing resources, we created the Roswell Community Garden and provided transportation, which would allow food insecure families in our area a place to work together with the community to solve it.
All right, so that was the Roswell Community Garden idea presented by the Mountain Park Elementary School team. All right, and let's see if our Brookwood team is ready to present their Plants on Wheels solution. Oh, there you are, wonderful. Okay, the floor is yours. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're Woodland Elementary and this is our PAL team. I'm Georgia Claire. I'm Mia. I'm Leola. I'm Jack. I'm Nathan. I'm Claire. I'm Melanie. I'm Jamie. And I'm Hannah. Our best part team here at Woodland Elementary School has been focusing on how we can help eliminate some of these food insecurities within our own local area of North Georgia.
We've spent some time interviewing some important people in our community, such as our former mayor, Mr. Mock, and our local nutritionist. We also got to speak with a member of an organization called DOCA, which is a group of churches that helps with the needy.
We also participated in a hunger simulation so we could feel the true empathy.
We're here to tell you about our solution for our community called PAL, Plants on Wheels. This is a grow bucket, and this is how you assemble it. You need 1 5-gallon bucket for water, and another 5-gallon bucket for soil. These things are going to come in contact with the water.
This let us know no evaporation happens. This pipe has holes here so the water can go up and down.
The thing about a grow bucket is that it's portable, easy to use, not expensive, and has a maximum of 3 plants.
This is our solution cycle. First part of our solution cycle is the seed and food bank and the community garden. These either take place in schools, churches, community centers, or libraries. And then these 2 steps feed into the POW, Plants on Wheels. The next part of our solution cycle is we're going to educate these families on how to use the grow buckets and how to manage their money. The third thing is we're hoping that these families could help us with our community garden.
Plants on Wheels will not only help eliminate some food insecurities, but will also provide our families with a more nutritious option. We hope you can see the power and benefit in our solution.
Woodland Elementary School believes in POW! Plants on Wheels!
Wow. I'm impressed. Look at all those t-shirts too. You guys are all matching. Great. Well, thank you so much for presenting. All right. You guys are well prepared. Thank you so much for the presentation, guys. And I can see that you guys all like each other. That's good. All right, wonderful. Thank you, guys. Go ahead and mute yourself and we'll move on to the next team. Thank you again. All right, so we already showed the Mountain Park team. Let me go ahead and go back to my screen really quickly. So next we have Woodland Elementary with their food vending machine called Fiva. Is Woodland Elementary team planning on sharing their presentation in person today or virtually in person today?
We're going to do it live.
Okay, all right. Then I'll go ahead and stop sharing. It looks like you guys are ready to go. So the floor is yours.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to share.
Are you sharing present? We can see you. Are you trying to share a presentation?
Can you see it full screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, we are Team Invention, and we are working to solve the problem of food insecurity. I'm Monica.
I'm Jada.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Josiah.
And I'm Eric. Our design is a vending machine named FIVA. It stands for Food Insecurity Vending Association.
Through our vending machine, we would like to provide healthy food choices through a vending machine.
The machine will have 2 sides. One is refrigerated and the other is room temperature. There will also be a water source and microwave included.
The machine is equipped with solar panels to power the vending machine.
The machine will also have a touchscreen, which is how people apply. There will also be a receipt printer in the back so that you can get cooking directions and recipes.
For one person, they will get 1 hot meal, 1 snack, and 1 drink. For a bigger family, they will get a big box filled with food. We also came up with a food truck. The food truck will come to your location and it will pass out baskets of food with veggies, fruits, grains, and even dairy. In the front of the vending machine, there will be the tablet where you can sign in and print recipes on the back through the printer. There will also be where you can sign in, and there will also be games. So every time you unlock healthy food choices, you will get points to unlock levels of the game. To log in, if you're an adult, you can use your fingerprint, or if you are a student and are in school, you can use your student number. We went to City of Refuge to observe about food banks and to get more information about our idea. I'm actually thinking that if this were to become a reality, we would start here in Dalton, and it will expand over Georgia, the United States, and eventually maybe across the whole wide world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all. Great presentation and great prototype. Thank you for sharing your solution with us. All right, well, let's go ahead and mute. Oh, you've already done that. So one of the things that actually our Bright Spark team is suggesting, and I'm gonna try to pull it up really quick, is that the streaming team or our live streamers didn't get a chance to look at or hear one of the videos by City Park earlier. We thought that we might go ahead and play. We are slightly behind, but I think we have enough time before we introduce our keynote speaker, Elise. So if it's okay with you, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly share their pitch video, which will only take about a couple of minutes, and we'll jump into introducing our speaker. So let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see the video.
And since the video didn't work well, can we just do it live?
Oh, is it City Park team?
Yes.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if you would like. Absolutely.
I'm going to mute you and set up right quick.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So we'll let the team go ahead and set up. I think they were obviously unhappy with the quality of presentation, the video pitch presentation, because of the sound. So I'm excited that they are ready to present in person for our viewers. Thank you, team, and thank you everyone for your patience. So we'll let the team go ahead and get started when they're ready. All right, it looks like the camera is being turned on. We can see the team setting up. And of course, the trifold board you see the teams presenting in front of is part of the deliverable they were going to be showing at the Student Design Awards in-person event. So we are excited that they're actually able to present that today as part of their presentation. Okay. The setup is looking great, City Park team.
Okay, I think we're ready.
We are ready for you when you are.
Guys, I went to the CFC's game last night, but it was really weird because there's hardly anyone there. I didn't even know that existed. And I want to go, but I don't have a way to get there. It seems boring. Well, that explains it. Anyways, our names are Andrea Nadera, Abby Perez, Isabel Flores, and Isabel Perez. And we are #1 Game Day. Our challenge was to find a way to get people to come to the CFC's games. We used a statement that helped us get there. How might we reimagine the Chattanooga Football Club game experience for students? But we didn't just have one idea, we had 5. And our main idea was transportation. Using your transportation bus, we would take kids from into the games. There would be certain pickup areas like Staunton, Hickston, and Chattanooga. We also had 4 more ideas, like advertisement, raffle tickets, youth groups, and halftime entertainment. For advertisement, we use billboards, flyers, and commercials. I mean, how would you go to games if you didn't know about them? For raffle tickets, you pay $1 for a raffle ticket, and you could win mini prizes like a cup, a shirt, and a wristband. Or you can also win a free entry ticket to the next game. Youth groups would go to stadiums with the players, and the players would engage the kids to go to CFC games. And for halftime entertainment, there would be singers, dancers, and comedians. I mean, don't you just get bored at halftime and you're doing nothing while the players rest? We have a solution. I mean, just imagine me on the spotlight singing my heart out. Okay, it's not a tough thing. Anyways, we didn't get ideas on the spot. We had to do lots of research and talking to people like Reed Farley and Alex from the Lookouts. Yes, Reed Farley helped us because he suggested talking to Alex from the Lookouts to see how they transport their trolleys. We decided that we could also use a spinning wheel as an interaction with students, where they could come and they would get a little prize from the spinning. We also had our goodie bags, so that you could do it in that raffle ticket, so we have a prototype with cups, adjustable bracelets, a signed card from one of the players, and a shirt. Yeah, and another one of our prototypes is our schedule. It will go about how somebody would go to game day. Thank you for listening to us. #1 game day.
All right. Thank you for sharing, team. Great presentation. And again, all these teams with amazing matching t-shirts. Great presentation. I loved your coordination. All right. Well, we are going to get back to our program. Build more excitement as we get ready to introduce our keynote speaker. So I know that Elise is going to be sharing her presentation soon, and I have the pleasure of introducing Elise, our keynote speaker, to you. Not only is she a dear friend, but an amazing, inspirational designer. So Elise is currently a senior design manager at Coca-Cola North America Business Unit, leading work for the Coke trademark. It's amazing. Her most recent work includes the rebrand of Diet Coke, which has been adapted in markets around the world and continues to drive growth and recognition for the brand. Elise also led the design work for various iterations of Share a Coke. You probably have seen that campaign for North American market from 2014 to 2018, which drove both the category and relevance. Outside of Coca-Cola, she is a ringleader for Shift Design Camp, a series of week-long outdoor camps created to unite and inspire makers, builders, and leaders, and to forego a community to guide the next generation. Elise's responsibilities with Shift include logistics of everything from scheduling for the weeks to more supplies, which is very important. She has been creating memorable experiences with Shift since its inception in 2013. So she's doing that for 7 years. A graduate of Savannah College of Art and Design, she holds a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Industrial Design with a minor in Business Management and Entrepreneurship. A maker at heart, when Elise is not designing, she enjoys crafting tasty food and making her pup Loki into a better companion. So please join me in welcoming Elise to our virtual front stage. And I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen so she can go ahead and share her amazing presentation with you. Welcome, Elise. Elise, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead and...
Sorry, there's 2 of us in the same room. Okay, so I am going to share my screen. Hopefully you can see it. Let me know when we're good to go.
Perfect. We can see it.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes. Oh. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, we're dealing with technical learnings. Okay, so Mary did a lovely job of introducing me. So I'm going to start by talking a little bit about myself and a little bit about how I got to where I am today and the things that drive me. You guys all just went through this wonderful workshop learning about the design process, and that's a tool that I use every day. So as Mary mentioned, I love making. I've always loved making my whole life, whether it was crafts or making things with my mom, or sewing or cooking or baking. I just love making things. So I knew that when I had to decide what I wanted to do when I grew up, that I wanted to be a maker. So I started exploring different ways that I could do that. And, could I be an artist? Is that something that I thought I could make a living at? Did I want to design things maybe? And that seemed interesting to me. So I thought at first I wanted to do furniture design, but then I ultimately learned about industrial design. And some of you may know what industrial design is, but industrial design is about making products and services and things for consumers at like a mass scale, like a large scale. And I was like, wow, that sounds great. I get to make things for lots of people all at once to help make people's lives better. So that's what I decided to do. And as Mary mentioned, I went to SCAD to do that. So while I was at school at SCAD learning about industrial design, I realized that I was really actually passionate about process and strategy. So about how things work, how you get from point A to point B, thinking about all of the moving parts and pieces that come together. And I'm sure that this is something that you all experienced over the course of your projects, just thinking about the decisions that you make and why you're making those decisions and how any future decisions would have impacts on people. And I think people is really at heart of it. And that's where soft skills come in. And I think that as makers, you learn, and I'm sure you guys saw this, it's not just about making things in a vacuum or from a scientific standpoint or an engineering standpoint, but at the end of the day, no matter what job you're doing, no matter what you're making or helping with any career path you take, soft skills and dealing with humans is something that will make all of us stronger at whatever you decide to do with your life. So that's something that I hope you guys all walk away from this experience knowing is just having a greater appreciation for those soft skills and thinking about people and whatever path that you take. So out of all of this, I've learned that I'm really passionate about giving back to youth. And I had a lot of great people that helped build me up and teach me along the way, whether it was, family telling me about different job opportunities and different career paths that I never knew existed, or, helping me in school. So I decided that I wanted to be able to give back to youth, that that's something that's important to me, and ultimately being able to instill confidence in the next generation of students and leaders and makers so that I can do what I can do today, but there's going to be people that come behind me and I want them to be just as confident and have strong skills moving forward to help put more good into the world. And I think that's the driving factor behind everything that I do. The idea of putting good into the world is something that's really important to me. So one way that I get to do that every day is I work for Coca-Cola here in Atlanta. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I do with Coke. That is my job. That is a big title that follows me around. It's a big name. And I think that, as you grow up, you'll learn that your job title, it's something that is important. It's something that you should be proud of, but it's also not everything. So Coke is one thing that I do. But I also do this project called Shift Design Camp. And that's where some of the other skills come into play in my life. And it's a way to give back on a more intimate level. It's something that's small, so it's not being praised necessarily by millions or billions of people like a brand like Coke. But it's something that is still putting good out into the world in a really tangible way. And so at first, these things can seem really different. One of them is, massive and one of them super small. But the thing that they have in common that I really enjoy is that they both have this global community. And it's this chance for me to have an impact on a global community at two very different scales. But it's something that's what drives me and that's what makes me passionate. And I think that that's important for all of you to go out and find those things, whatever those things are that make you feel good about what you're doing, and to do more of that and to keep fueling that in whatever way that looks. So first, I'm going to talk a little bit about Coke, because I know that that's something that people are usually excited about, and then I'll jump into Shift a little bit. So Coke, I'm on the design team. Our logo is do, because that's what we do. We do things every day. We physically make things, which is really exciting to be able to make something on the computer that I'm talking to you on today that is also going to end up being printed on millions of packages in a couple months. So a quick rundown of some things that I've done. I've gotten to work for Share a Coke, which is really exciting to see how that came to life for all of these consumers and the ways that people were sharing this with people and in these special moments. And so while I wasn't there for any of those moments with these people, I got to help facilitate and make those moments possible. So maybe you saw a Chris bottle and you said, "Oh man, Chris, my boyfriend, I love him so much. I'm going to buy this for him." So I got to be part of that moment, which is exciting. I worked on Share a Song, which takes it to a different level of not just names, but some sort of emotional song lyrics. So you can see here, it started out with Kiss. So these little prompts that kind of make you think of something and creating moments. I think that, Coke is while it is a beverage, as a brand, it's big. And we get to be a part of the American lexicon and be part of these moments with people. And I'm so passionate that I get to help facilitate that. I also get to do things like redesigning brands for a new generation. So I'll jump into that in a minute, but Diet Coke looking to revive itself for the next generation. And then bringing back things like New Coke, which for anybody who's listening who's a little bit older may know that this was a huge flop in the 80s and people thought it was the biggest mistake we ever made. And this past summer, we decided that we were ready to make fun of ourselves and bring it back and let people try it in celebration of Stranger Things, season 3, talking about it. So I'm going to talk about Diet Coke really quickly because I know that we are, I want to make sure that you guys get to enjoy your Friday. So with a brand like Diet Coke, the first step of our process, of the design process, is kind of that research phase, right? So you're looking at Diet Coke has a long not as long as Coke, but it has a decent past. So where did Diet Coke come from and what has always been important to the brand? How did we get to where we are today? Because our past is important. It got us here. Where are we today and what's working for us, what's not working for us, and what do we want to be in the future? How do we think about the future in terms of where we're going and what is the next step? What do we want people to say about us in 30 years when they look back on this? How do we set those goals to move forward? So the first thing that we did is we looked at our past and we looked at some different things that we had done and all the different ways this had come to life. And then we said, okay, well, what could we be moving forward? And we came up with lots of crazy ideas, and I'm just going to flip through these really fast because legal would probably not be happy that I'm sharing all of this. But we looked at lots of different ideas, ways that we could talk about this idea, talk about this brand, what are we going to be? And ultimately, we decided that the things that were most important to us were obviously the liquid itself. People who love Diet Coke love Diet Coke. But as an identity, the idea of silver was super important. It's something that differentiates us from the other Coke products. And if you think about this time as in Diet Coke history, we were kind of looking to assert our independence as a brand, if you will, like a coming of age. We aren't Coke. We're different. We are Diet Coke. We are cool. We are confident. And we wanted to own that. So the next thing that we did is we looked at our name. And when you think about any sort of brand or any sort of product you might like or TV show, or a name is really important for a brand. And this is, our logo is tied to another brand, right? Diet Coke, half of Diet Coke is Coke. So how do we make this a little bit different? How do we make this more ownable to us? So we kind of gave our logo a little haircut, and I'll just flip back and forth. And you can see that it's not a major change, but it's just enough that when you look at it, it makes you feel a little bit different. And as designers, that's something that a lot of the decisions that you make, most people might never notice them or be able to pinpoint what the change was. But and sometimes that's what makes it good, right? Is that people don't quite know what it is, but it's better. And they can feel it. And you create these emotions of something's different about you. So the next thing that we did is we talked about, this quote really inspired us, this idea that a line is a dot that went for a walk. And so I talked a little bit about how we were fighting this battle of being tied to the Coke brand, but wanting to assert independence. And so we said to ourselves, well, we have a dot that's pretty important, pretty famous. What if we took our dot for a walk? And so we did just that. And then we introduced our new fresh, clean logo. We kept the diet because the diet was still important to who we are. But now with our clean, ownable to us Coke. And then we introduced a package, and you could see then how we scaled this across the system. And I know that a lot of the work that you guys did wasn't just about one thing, but it was about systems. And a lot of my job holistically to think about is to think about things like that as a system and what else it could be. So you may have seen this on other packages in the market or billboards or things like that. So thinking about scalability and iconicity is something that is huge in my everyday. So I'm going to talk about the flip side of things now. So I'm going to talk about shift. So in Coke, I have very specific tasks that I make for lots and lots and lots of people that's seen all over the world. At Shift, I work with a very small amount of people, but I get to have 1 week where I get to spend all of my time with these people, day and night. And I get to make moments for these people in a very intimate way. So this is one of my favorite moments that we get to celebrate every year is launching lanterns. So halfway through the week, after you've been through all of these emotional experiences, getting to celebrate. And I don't know how many of you have ever launched a sky lantern, but it's like probably one of the most magical experiences you could ever have. So it's really fun that I get to create that for people. And Shift, caters a lot to designers and makers, but it's also about a thought process similar to the thought process that you guys have just gone through. So how do you stretch your brain and your imagination in ways that you don't typically do? So here you can see all of our participants kind of outside in this different experience, getting to stretch muscles physically and mentally, sketching. And I think, we do other silly things. And again, this is something that you would never do in your classroom, probably, unless you have a really, really cool teacher. But the being able to do things differently is really exciting. And I encourage you to all find things that are beyond your everyday that you get to push yourself. And I think participating in something like this event with Bright Spark is a great way to do that, to go beyond the normal, to stretch your imagination, stretch your practices. And ultimately, that's what Shift is for me. It's a way for me to think differently for myself outside of my everyday job, but it's also a way for me to create these experiences and give back to teach people and the next generation how to ultimately go forward and forge their own path and put good back into the world the same way that that's my goal every day. So I would just encourage all of you that no matter what walk you take, it's something that fulfills you and is fueling you and giving back, and that you always find equilibrium. You always have the things that you have to do, but I hope that you fill the time that you have with things that you want that are making you happy, and giving back to the world, and ultimately putting good out there. So that's everything I have today. Thanks for inviting me to talk, guys.
Thank you, Elise, for your presentation. Such beautiful scenery as well. Thank you for sharing your inspiration and insights with us and being our keynote speaker. I wish we could have seen you in person, but thank you so much again for your flexibility and joining as a virtual keynote.
Of course, we're all learning together about this new way of working. So happy to be a part of it and to experience this all with you.
Great, wonderful. All right, everyone, now that we had Elise share her keynote, the next most exciting thing is going to be the award presentation. So let me go ahead and pull up my presentation so we can all share that together. So you heard us talk about the different awards that we will be presenting today. And I'm excited to share that we have our group of judges who are here to help us present the awards. So we'll go in order of, starting off with best overall by challenge topic and making down the list. So everyone buckle down, we're gonna get started. All right, so I would like to introduce Peter Wilcock from Chattanooga Football Club to kick us off with the best overall student game day experience award today. Peter, if you'll unmute yourself, please.
That would help. Sorry. I'm super excited to be here. This has been a really great program to be a part of, and I'm proud to sort of announce this award winner on behalf of the Chattanooga Football Club. So this team had a really fantastic idea and then took that idea and really added some great practical elements to it, which we loved, and we'd love to also explore with the team in the future as well. So I'm pleased to present the award for Best Overall Student Game Day Experience to the team, #1 Game Day from City Park.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you, Peter. I know we can't hear the cheer that everyone's just screaming and congratulating. We'll think that in our heads. Congratulations again for City Park team, #1 Game Day. Trophy, certificates, medals are going to be on your way through mail.
We're cheering.
Yay! Congratulations.
Well done, guys. It's a fantastic job. Really, really well done.
Great job. All right, next we have Neha, who's going to present the best overall eco-friendly food packaging category.
Yes, so hello everybody, I'm Neha again. First of all, congratulations to all the teams. That was some amazing work. I was so impressed and told this to a lot of people that some of the kids are better presenters than any adults that I've seen in a long time. So you've done such an amazing job. So congratulations to all the teams, especially to our finalists. The one that we picked for this challenge as the best overall eco-friendly food packaging had the best research. So they went to restaurants and tried to figure out what was the root cause behind the whole food waste problem. So that robust research laid a very good foundation for the rest of their project, and they obviously had great prototypes. We could see the progression of their prototypes. So I'm very pleased to announce the best eco-friendly food packaging is City Park for their open and share box. So
great.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We're cheering again.
All right. Wonderful. And I see our other Bright Spark team is chatting up with their clapping emoji. So congratulations. All right, we'll continue to build our excitement. So next I'm going to ask Patrick, our challenge sponsor, to present the best overall food insecurity in Northwest Georgia category.
Great, thank you, Mary. Again, so excited and thrilled to have had so many teams take on this challenge and to be a part of Bright Spark for 2 years in a row now. We love what Mary and the team at Bridge is doing to incorporate student voice into solutions. And so I applaud all of you guys for your amazing work in the past few weeks. And so the best overall award goes to a program and a solution that really, for us, took in a lot of things into consideration. And what stood out was their prototype. As soon as they put their prototype together, you could almost see like things start emerging through their iterations. They showed their prototype once, And then the second time I saw it, they had added and built onto it. And so that just said that, oh, wait a minute, they learned just by showing, and that is such an important part of design. And so they iterated, they added certain things, and not only did they just go simple, but they also thought about really wild and kind of outside the box elements to their solution. So I'm really proud to present the Best Overall Award for the food insecurity issue to Team Benchen from Rowan School for their food vending machine solution. Woo, woo, woo.
I see that.
We're cheering again.
Cheer, yeah. Congratulations, team. All right. Continue to watch Bright Sport Team user emojis. We're going to go through all the emojis today. All right. Congratulations, team. There's many more awards to come, so we'll keep making down the list of awards. So for the Best Overall Age Group category, we're going to ask our CEO of Bridge Innovate and also founder of Bright Spark, Jenny Whitener, to present the awards for us. Jenny.
Yes, great. Thanks, Mary. This Best Overall category is always a tough one. There were so many candidates across all the project themes, all the challenges, that for the judges to come together on the best overall is always the toughest. I think we spent many hours, it seems like, deliberating, looking at data, looking at your videos and all your submissions. Thank you guys for a great competition this year. The first category that I want to present is Best Overall Elementary. And in this particular category, we had more elementary schools this year participating than in any of our previous almost 8 years of running Bright Spark. So made it a very difficult deliberation for the judges. As they narrowed it down to the particular team that they would select this year, one of the things that we looked at was how do they apply design thinking? And when you think about the design thinking approach, what makes it different than other methods, it's because it's human-centered. It's around what people want and need. And so one of the things that particularly impressed the judges on this particular elementary school's design was the amount of interviews that they conducted, going and speaking with key stakeholders, with people involved in their particular area, getting their feedback, both in the early stages of their design and then later as they evolve their solutions. They also focused on barriers and complexities and pain points. And so when we look at great design, it's not just on, what people are articulating as needs, but they also try to look at where are their problems and where are their pain points. And they also looked at how to use different partners. And they were comprehensive in their solution, looking at everything from powering to how you would maintain their solution. So we are excited this year to announce the Best Overall Elementary Award goes to Mountain Park for their Roswell Community Garden. Woohoo! Go Mountain Park. Good job. It was great. Very tough to
Yeah, congratulations. I know the Fulton County teams are not together, but thank you so much for joining. Please let the team know.
Right. We'll be sending it out also on social media. So congratulations to Mountain Park. The next award for Best Overall was in the middle school category. And again, that's probably our second most complex deliberation because that was the second highest number of teams participating in this year's design competition. A lot of great designs coming in from our middle schoolers. They do a great job at prototyping, they do a wonderful job at ideating. But this particular school looked at a multifaceted solution. So when they looked at the challenge in front of them, they didn't stop with one element. They looked at different ways to engage their audience. The other thing that they did in terms of applying design thinking at this middle school level was they did multiple prototypes. And they actually presented in their presentation each of their prototypes and what they learned, right? So when you have a designer going through design thinking, creating that initial prototype and then gathering feedback and learning so they can iterate it, make it better, critical part of design thinking, and they demonstrated that very, very well in their presentation. So they came up with a multifaceted solution based on user needs, addressing user pain points, They applied design thinking through also the use of multiple prototypes, documenting their prototypes and their lesson learned along the way. So a very, very rigorous application of design thinking. We are pleased to present the best overall middle school award to River Trail for their Finley Stadium app. Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Yay, River Trail, good job. And the design thinking application. Best overall middle school, River Trail for their Finley Stadium app. Thank you guys so much. Very exciting. And I look forward to working with Peter and that team to see what event they'll take forward. That'll be great. So our last category for the K through 12 space is best overall high school. And in this particular area, what we typically see at our high school level is the prototypes and the solutions get much more robust. I mean, they're involving all kinds of 3D printers and laser cutters, and they're doing all kinds of iteration. Their videos are typically varied, demonstrating of all kinds of user experience throughout the video pitch process. So it's a wonderful group of students presenting, and they are pretty sophisticated with their solutions. So makes it tough in the deliberation. This year's best overall high school, one of the things that we particularly liked about this particular solution was that it also involved multifaceted approach. It wasn't just a one-hit wonder, it had a multifaceted approach to addressing the solution. It involved individual person-to-person parts of the solution all the way through to technology applications. It also looked at different customers. They looked at what might a handicapped individual need versus a person that doesn't have a special need. So they looked across the customer base. So we are very, very pleased to announce this year's best overall high school award going to Johns Creek for their Hook the Fan solution. Woohoo! Go Johns Creek! Wow, rocket.
Oh, wow, look at you, Patrick.
There he goes.
Yeah.
So the last category that we have for best overall is at the best overall college level. And we are so thrilled this year that the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga mobilized a fantastic team, very engaged in the design competition. Thanks to Professor Owen Foster, who is their champion and leader, all the members of the team applying great design thinking, looking at ways to engage the community and connecting the community to the Chattanooga Football Club. I think they went straight at an element of design thinking that created at the emotional level, the connection at the emotional level, which is always probably some of the most difficult things to do when you're a designer, is trying to understand your user at that level and creating solutions that connect not only from a practical standpoint, but also at an emotional standpoint. So very thrilled this year to announce our best overall college team as the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Thank you for an outstanding solution. Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Connecting the community and bringing neighbors closer together through a number of different post-game, pre-game, during the game, and post-game solutions. So thank you so much for UTC.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. I mean, it's starting to get warm. It's heating up, everyone. I mean, this award, I can feel your enthusiasm virtually. Thank you so much. And of course, congratulations to all the teams that have won so far. So we still have more awards to get through, so let's get to it. So next we have Ryan Johnson from the Home Depot. He was, if you remember, was also our inspirational keynote speaker from last year's competition. So he is going to help us present the next award.
Trying to get the video started here. 1 second.
All right. So if you guys remember last year, Ryan showed us his process of using design thinking as a way to build user experience for, everything that you see that's virtual for Home Depot has touched, Ryan has touched, got his magic dust on it. So I think you see a lot of exciting things that are happening for the company, and you have Ryan to thank for that. And we actually had the pleasure of having him at University of Tennessee, Chattanooga last year as our keynote speaker.
Yes, thank you for having me. My name is Ryan Johnson with Home Depot, and I'd like to present the Most Creative Award. This one was really fascinating for us because it really incorporated a lot of different aspects across just thinking about the solution to fight hunger and with the focus on children. They really thought through a donation aspect and an equality aspect and really involved a high-tech solution and a highly creative solution for a very serious problem. And so I'd like to award the Creative Award to, we're going to need a drum roll. We're going to go with Roswell North, Helping Hands. And so
congratulations.
Super fantastic. It incorporated a use of an Apple Watch type device where they were able to leverage QR codes and different technology aspects to not only donate, but also be able to receive food vouchers and help the communities through a very highly creative and very equality focused way.
Thank you, Ryan. I think it means a lot also coming from you, someone who does this whole thing for your entire career with user experience. So thank you so much for presenting the award.
Absolutely. Great job, team.
Thank you. All right. So next we have the best prototype category, which will be presented by Neha.
So hello everybody, I'm back. This was not a hard choice at all because this team put together such a well-documented prototype progression just in their report, and it was amazing to watch how their prototype evolved from something that kind of worked to something that we can actually go ahead and probably manufacture and start selling. That's how good their prototype was. So they did an excellent job. They did a great job with their video and their presentation and the way they communicated their solution with all of us. So the best prototype award goes to Centennial High for their enhanced environmental solution. Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right. Yeah, Centennial team, if you remember, had the video with the Nacho Shack. So that was the team with the prototype. Wonderful. Thank you, Neha. So let's move on to our next category, Innovation for Good. That's going to be presented by Peter.
Yes, thank you for having me back, Mary. So this team had a really great application, a really great kind of presentation. Really enjoyed it for sort of answering the questions around our challenge. But they also went on a different sort of route as well, which was really exciting, incorporating volunteering into the game day experience. Which we absolutely loved. We loved that as a club. There was many different ideas and ways that we could take that, incorporating that into our game day experience, but also felt that could be incorporated outside of a game day experience as well. So just had multi-levels that, we really thought were awesome, very creative, for good. So the team that has won this award is Johns Creek with Striper support.
Congratulations, Johns Creek.
Good job.
It truly was a really great application. We loved it. So thank you very much for all your hard work on that.
Great. Thank you, Peter. So actually the past 3 awards from Most Creative, Best Prototype Innovation for Good, even though we had some, of our challenge sponsors present the award, that was across all the submissions that we have gotten. So just as a clarification there. So next, let's move on to People's Choice presented by Patrick.
Hello again, everybody. And yes, super exciting. People's Choice, as a reminder, goes to the team and group who received the most number of likes, through their YouTube submission, their video that was posted. And this team received by far the most likes. I think that it speaks volumes to their presentation, and also speaks volumes to just simply even the solutions that they brought out speak to everyday frustrations that all of us on a daily basis have to go through sometimes. And so this one, People's Choice Award, is going to be presented to the Eco Girls team from Woodland Elementary for their e-container solution.
Congratulations. And you may remember their video as well. There were 3 members in presenting their solution. Great, thank you, Patrick. All right, so we actually presented all the student team awards. And then we have one last award category that's just as important. That's going to be presented by Charles from our contributing sponsor, Shaw Industries.
All right, so not to say that we saved the best for last, but as a son of educators, I'm actually honored to be able to present the Teacher Leader Award. And one of the things we talk a lot about when it comes to innovation is the need for us to be curious, and how many of our educators have really inspired us to be curious and to seek to understand and to gain knowledge. But one of the most important things about being innovative and about being a teacher is courage. And so we're actually going to recognize 2 teachers today who had a lot of courage because they actually participated in all 3 of the challenges categories, and that says a lot about what their belief in this and their belief in their student base. And so I'm pleased to announce that Scott Rosenow from Howard Connect and Julia Cagle from Westwood are receiving our Teacher Leader Awards. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Julia and Scott. Woohoo, woohoo. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Charles. And I cannot say enough thanks to all of our educators. You go beyond what is expected of you and ignite creativity in your students, your peers, us. You inspire us every day, and I am so grateful that I get to work with you closely and get to see all the great work that you and your teams produce. So even though I know we are recognizing 2 educators, know that all of you are recognized by us, that we appreciate you, and we will be also sending you our kind of small appreciation gift, as well as a certificate for completing your design competition with us. So that will also be in the mail coming your way very soon. And I know that I actually realized that earlier one of the slides didn't load. In addition to our teacher leader this year, we had 4 district partners. We had Dalton Public Schools, Fulton County Schools, Hamilton County Schools, and Walker County Schools. So I want to thank all of our district partners. It means so much to have district support, to be able to run a program that drives creative confidence. So with each district, we had a coordinator that helped us, a champion, I call them district champion. From Dalton, we had Nick Sun. From Fulton County, we had Heather. From Hamilton, we have Greg Bagby. And from Walker, we had Matt Harris. So thank you so much to all of you. I know that you are providing support to our educators so that they are able to bring inspiring leadership to the classroom. So I want to make sure that we spend some time to thank all of those that are making magic happen in their schools and their classrooms. So I know we spent a lot of time and went over a little bit, but I want to tell you how much it means to us that you engage with us, and that there are going to be continuously opportunities for you to stretch your creative confidence at Bright Spark. So there are many ways to do so. We are excited to get ready for an invention challenge. I know some of you, the students, the teachers, have participated. Don't slow down. We're gonna get ready for our invention challenge over the summer and present you with a fun challenge in the fall. You get to come up with your own challenge that you want to solve and come up with your own invention. So get ready. And if you are if you have a corporation, a nonprofit, any organization, and you want to partner with us, or you want to sponsor the competition or sponsor a team, let us know. We are always looking for meaningful partnership. And if you believe in our teachers and students, we are the team to work with. And for our teachers and students, spread the word. We want to work with as many of you as we can, because we know that you all are brilliant. So the more the merrier. So please spread the word to your peers, friends. And for teachers, I know that you're constantly looking for opportunities. You are already brilliant, but if we can help in any way, let us know. We have professional development opportunities you can take advantage of. I would say please check out our website. Follow us on social media, and you'll hear the latest news about Bridge, Innovate, and Bright Spark. So thank you so much today. Yes, your voice, everyone, you make the difference. And thank you, Patrick. I love the sticky notes that you've been sharing today. Your teams, students, teachers, everyone to join today. Thank you so much for your time spending your Friday with us. And thank you, Jenny, and our Bright Spark team. They're making all this happen in the back. So Kobe, Colin, Asa, Jenny, everyone who helped out, thank you so much. And again, thank you for our challenge sponsors this year. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone, and have a great weekend. Enjoy your awards. And even if you didn't win, you mean so much to us. So we will end our program here. Thank you all.
Yeah.